Hi, welcome to Alexander Technique London. My name's Adrian, and today we're going to be discussing how it's not functionally helpful to focus on your pain. And obviously it's very natural for us to do that. And I want to make it clear here, when I'm talking about pain, I'm talking about manageable pain. I'm not talking about acute pain. We all react to acute pain, but that lower grade, manageable, persistent, maybe chronic pain. So to start with, I'm just going to ask you to do a body scan of yourself. Just sort of become aware of what you sense and what you feel. And report back to me, obviously I can't hear it, it's only video, but hypothetically, report back to me what you find, what you notice. So I'm going to give a 5-second pause for you to do that. It should be long enough. So. That'll probably do for the purposes of this. So all the things you noticed, of course, were all the areas of discomfort or pain. And what you didn't say to yourself, I can always guarantee this, what you didn't say to yourself was, oh, this area felt fine, that area felt at ease, this area felt good. You're almost guaranteed not to have noticed that in yourself, which of course is a great shame in many ways. So the nervous system is an alert system. So it flags an alert and the mind goes to it. And it's a stimulus. Alexander said of his own work, I'm probably paraphrasing, but it's dealing with the stimulus of living. And we can be a stimulus to ourselves. And obviously our own pain can be a strong stimulus to us. What does that mean though? Well, it means we're putting more attention, more mental attention into that area and taking it away from other areas. This is important for two reasons. One, if we're taking it away from other areas, we're kind of making the pain a bigger picture in our own mind, when in reality, if we take the bigger picture, the pain becomes a smaller part of a bigger picture. But by focusing on it, we've just kind of made our entire experience about that. But more functionally, there are two elements to this as well. You've got the fact that anything we concentrate on within ourselves, we do have a tendency to tighten more around. We have a tendency to interfere more. And if you've got a pain area, it's probably already tight already. By focusing on it, we're likely to lead to actually more tension in that area, which is not necessarily helpful. And the other problem is, of course, we function as a whole. We don't function discretely. So if we're zoning in on the pain area, that pain area is no longer getting the functional support of everywhere else because you're starting to disintegrate yourself. You're becoming discoordinated by doing so. So that's why that's unhelpful. So what can we do about it? Well, you can quite literally just become aware of the other areas. There's a two-stage process I like to go through with this. And bear in mind, this is only for manageable pain, only manageable pain. If it's an acute pain, this isn't going to work and it's not intended to work. It'd be inhumane, actually, to suggest it might be helpful. This has to not be, when you're really in pain and you can't not react. So, two-stage process. So the first stage is literally spending some time acknowledging all the areas within you that feel absolutely fine, completely at ease. It's relative. It has to be a relative ease compared to the noisy parts and signals that you might be sensitive to. So any area you would have ignored, if it wasn't for the fact that you've got a louder signal somewhere else going, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. And you go, no, I'm going to ignore you for a moment and acknowledge all the other areas. It's a good idea to do this once you're down-regulated. Not always. It's something you can just do in the moment, just going about your daily business, but it's a really nice thing to do when you're down-regulated for when I add the second part. And to down-regulate yourself, you can do two things. You can spend some time in constructive rest. If you're unfamiliar with that, I'll stick a link in the cards at the end of the video. And the other thing is to do some breathing exercises, particularly long out breaths, because that just physiologically generates a downregulation of the nervous system. And I'll link to that as well at the end of the video. So you just want to spend some time acknowledging all those good areas, all those areas of ease, because when you move, what you actually want to do is move not with ease, but the ease. You take the ease you're sensing yourself and say, my ease can be here, or it could be here, it could be here, it could be anywhere. But can you move that quality of awareness through space without disturbing it? Because ultimately that's what we want to do when we move within a sort of the application of the Alexander technique. It's a very similar kind of experience to, say, someone doing some sort of Tai Chi movements, that flow they call it, Chi. I don't necessarily believe there's a mystical energy called Chi, but I do think it's descriptive of thinking and activity and the quality of your thinking and awareness and ease in activity. So spend some time just acknowledging all these areas of ease and knowing that you have an option to move the ease that you feel within the space that you feel through space. Now, once you've spent some time with that, you can do the second phase, which I liken to, because I kind of like science and astronomy and all that sort of thing, I likened it to a black hole. So our pain areas are like black holes. They want to suck everything in and everything gets pulled into it. And we want to try and do the opposite. So what you do is you back away from that sensation, that pain sensation or discomfort sensation, until you get a boundary area around it. Look for a grey area around the discomfort that you can't quite tell if it's part of the pain or if it's okay or not. It's a bit unsure. Now that's the low-hanging fruit of what's likely to release first. Forget about the direct pain. Just accept it's there. Just acknowledge it, but don't try to do anything with it. And keep the sense of the bigger picture of the rest of yourself being at ease. But what you want to do with that boundary area is associate that boundary area with the surrounding areas of ease. Because a black hole, normally we associate event horizon with everything gets sucked in. We can do the opposite. We're going to associate that surrounding area of unsureness. Is it at ease or is it not? Is it uncomfortable or is it not? And let the surrounding areas of ease kind of metaphorically reach out a helping hand and sort of welcoming hand and say, come out, join us. Be part of this ease. Blend outwards. And try that and see how that changes your experience. I won't tell you what you will or won't experience. You'll have your own. But I really recommend this. It's a great idea for really reducing the acuteness of moderate pain. I say acuteness because I'm not talking about acute pain, but just the strength of a pain that's manageable. And all the while, you just accept the obvious black hole, the obvious pain area. You just accept it. You have no attitude towards changing it whatsoever. And then you can just, by the end of the process, you can just sit there for a while and just acknowledge the bigger picture. Just be present to the bigger picture, of which your discomfort is a smaller part of the bigger picture. So give that a go. Should you be interested in online lessons, I do have a 6-week, 6-lesson program. So do get in touch should that interest you. Until the next time, take care. Okay, bye.